So when I was recruited from the campus by my current organization, it also helped me that I was fortunate enough to be mentored and coached by some of the pioneers of the Indian IT industry who were part of my organization. So that all thing together, combined together, they kind of uh, inspired me to take up this career option, and I'm glad I was able to I think I'm able to make a successful career out of it so far.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm Tanay All, and today we have the honor of hosting a visionary leader in the realm of global IT delivery and business operations. With over 23 years of transformative leadership experience, Mr. Ritesh Ranjan has been instrumental in steering large scale IT strategies and driving remarkable growth across diverse industries. From leading multi-million dollar P&Ls to spearheading digital transformation initiatives, his contributions to the retail and BFSI sectors have left a profound impact on global markets. Today, we'll delve into his incredible journey, explore the insights he's gained from working across the United States, Canada, and India, and learn about the future he envisions for the industries he's shaped. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ritesh Ranjan to FaceTime with Leaders. Thank you for being here, sir, and it's an absolute privilege to have you with us today.
Yeah, thank you, Tanay, and I thank you, Director Institute, for giving me this opportunity. I'm glad to be featured here.
Sir, with a career spanning over 2 decades and an incredible journey through diverse industries and geographies, it's clear that you've had a significant impact on shaping IT strategies and operations globally. Could you take us back to the beginning and share what first sparked your interest in this field and how that initial spark evolved into the dynamic and visionary career you've built today?
Well, this is a good question to begin with, and to reflect back. When I look back into my career, and also when I was in my doing the final years of my engineering at IIT, the entire industry was going through a massive digital transformation, right? So it was an era of .com, Y2K was around the corner, and all the organization industries were doing their massive digitization across. Okay, and as a student, we were one of the privileged ones to gain early access to internet, emails, right? And some of the large technology companies, which is there right now, Google, Apple, all those organizations just started during those days. So the way it started impacting the lives of each human being, the IT revolution, when I'm talking about, that started fascinating me. And that was the key driver, if I reflect upon, was to kind of push me towards taking up a career in the IT industry, right? While there were other traditional engineering career options also were present with me. So when I was recruited from the campus by my current organization, it also helped me that I was fortunate enough to be mentored and coached by some of the pioneers of the Indian IT industry who were part of my organization. So that all thing together, combined together, they kind of uh, inspired me to take up this career option, and I'm glad I was able to I think I'm able to make a successful career out of it so far.
So, leading P&Ls exceeding $110 million and managing a team of over 1,500 associates is an extraordinary accomplishment that must have come with its share of complexities. So, reflecting on this immense responsibility, what were some of the most significant challenges you encountered along the way? And how did you approach overcoming them while maintaining such a high standard of leadership and operational excellence?
Yeah, I mean, so one of the things which I have experienced and I've imbibed as well is that you have to put yourself in the customer's shoes to understand their pain points, right? Then only you will be able to provide what service is required to the customer, right? And whatever the size of that business, whether it is 1 million or 1 billion or 100 million, right? So irrespective of the size of the P&L which I've handled, right? Rather than just being the service provider, just execute projects for the customers, I've tried to be the trusted advisor for our customers. Okay, so that the customers see a partner in me. So at any given point of time, they should be picking up their phone and calling or dropping me an email to reach out in case they are having some issues or whatever they want to get it done. Okay, so that is the type of relationship I've tried to build. Okay, and of course there are each project which we execute, right, it will come up with its own set of challenges, right? So it's not like that one size will fit all the shoes, right? For each of the projects which we delivered, we'll have to look into what are the nuances of those projects so that we can take the appropriate actions or address those challenges accordingly. So now to, if you're asking about that, I mean, to cite some of the challenges which I have faced is, so I can recall that in my early career days, we were working with one of the large healthcare Fortune 500 companies in the US. And that company was looking for transforming their store dispensing systems, right? And they had multiple round of failures over a period of 5 years before they engage us. Okay, so it could have been a straightforward implementation of doing a bespoke greenfield development and building something from the scratch. But just to save time and put up a cost-effective solution, we did a massive refactoring of their existing system. Okay, and then implemented a system which is scalable, uh, has got stability, and also all the functional issues which they are facing is addressed as well. Okay. The other aspect which the customer was looking that to migrate their stores to the new system, they wanted full flexibility. So now in today terms, what we call it a plug and play system, right? But during those days, in the early 2000s, those type of systems were, you know, doing something on demand, and what we call it today as one-touch deployment was kind of unheard things, right? So we build a system in a way that customer has all the flexibility. So we build a rollout control systems and give customer all the flexibility that whenever they want, whatever they want, they should be able to migrate their stores to this new system. Okay, and also the scale was that it was serving more than 90 million customers in US, and the type of system we built, it was one of the world's largest OLTP database at that point of time. Of course, over a period of next few years, another large systems were built up. So that is one challenge which we addressed. So the challenge which we addressed for the customer was to kind of not going for something to build something from the scratch. We take up what we had and put up a cost-effective solution for the customers. Uh, Another example which I would like to highlight here, and which was also one of the great case study for us, was that there was a large pharmacy retailer, grocery retailer, and they were challenged to put their key store people for doing value add services, right? So they wanted to build up a system where they can save some labor time from
Yeah.
from their platforms, right? Also, they were doing business in multiple provinces, right? So there were regulatory requirements which needs to be addressed there. So the system we built was to be something which has to be used AI. Should use the machine learning, and also there needs to be something which has to be taken care by the stored users. Okay. So we were able to kind of help that customer to able to continue their business into those provinces. They were not have to shut those their systems or their business in those provinces, and the value which we have delivered, right, to the customer was immense. So with all these things in place, they were able to, close. They were able to save more than 200 million, dollars per year as a labor saving. Okay, so these are the some of the challenges which I feel should be mentioned here. I mean,
Yeah,
there are many others, but then again, as I said, each of the project has its own set of challenges,
true.
and I was able to kind of handle it with the team.
So, as delivery head of BFSI Americas, your leadership has been instrumental in driving innovation and operational excellence across a critical sector. So, reflecting on your journey in this role, is there a particular project or accomplishment that stands out to you? One that not only tested your expertise but also left a lasting impact on the organization and its clients?
Yeah, so as a delivery head, I have been privileged or given tasks to work with multiple customers across retail and the BFSI segments. So what I've seen right now that the customers are stressed to give value to their end users, put up a cost-effective solution, and the advent of AI automation, and in fact some of the online behemoth like Amazon is putting a lot of pressure on the customers, right? So their top margin is getting shrinked. They are having their gross margins getting impacted, right? So altogether, the entire industry, and especially on the retail side and also on the BFS sides, they are kind of looking forward to have some innovative solutions so that they can reduce the operational cost to sustain and retain their customers. Now, the how we have handled this with our customer is to involving in doing a lot of AI and automation uh, type of work, bring in process efficiency and operational efficiency so that the costs are kind of low and then they maintain continuity in their operations as well. So I'd like to highlight one challenge or one examples where we were able to deliver uh, value and address this type of challenges for one of my customers. So the customer was a large North American retail store chain. It has got more than 2,000 plus stores, 26 distribution centers, and they were clocking close to $46 billion in revenue, right? So the customer was in the midst of its uh, transformations, and also they were looking to have a partner which can address some of their challenges which they're facing in multiple areas, right? So the challenges they were facing in their stores and infra uh, processes, inefficiencies. They were looking to implement loyalty and rewards, and also they were looking to build a system of connected healthcare across all their areas where they were serving patients, right? So, as a strategic partner, we devised an AI and machine first delivery, okay, strategy as the key enabler uh, for their entire transformation journey. Also, this laid a foundation for self healing, machine managed IT operations. We also brought in process efficiency and enhanced end user experience, building a microservices led foundation enabled enhanced security, uh, business agility, and also seamless data integration across all their channels in their connected healthcare. Okay, so overall this whole implementation delivered more than, you know uh, if I just put a ballpark figure, more than 600 million uh, labor savings over a period of 5 years, right? If I look across the entire gamut of when we were engaged. So now 100 million plus saving in a year, that itself says about the scope of work which we have delivered, and the potential where we put machine first brings as a cost-effective solution to the customers. Now, talking about another different set of challenge what we faced. So again, there was a large American retailer, okay, and where we established a pioneering SLA based enterprise support organization. So the way we did was we segregated the support function uh, from their entire uh, operational things, and we also helped them setting up a captive center in India, right? So at that time, a lot of captives being set up in India. So we helped the customer set up. It was kind of a uh, competition to us, but again, what we did what was required for the customer. But the challenge which we faced there was more of bringing out how we bring out this change in that organization. So the way it was handled was to do a massive organizational change management, to bring the people who are out from their comfort zone and to start getting used to a new set of processes. Uh, some people were working in that organization for more than 25, 30 years, right? So the scale of implementing the organization change management was huge, right? And that was something which I able to drive across the entire organization, including the captives which was set up here. And the value, again, I mean, I keep repeating on the value part because every things we do, that we look at what value it has generated to our customers. So the value it was generated for the customer was huge, right? They were able to streamline their entire processes. A lot of inefficiency from the processes were getting removed. Okay. And the service to the end users, right, which they were complaining about for years. So the type of customer satisfaction they get from their end users was tremendous. So in 1 year itself, on a rating of scale of 1 to 10, while before this organizational change, they were getting a score of 4 to 5. They suddenly start getting on the scale of 8, 9, 9.5 at that level, right? So that was something which was kind of challenging to implement, as well as it was very satisfactory as well.
Lovely. So, managing delivery for over 30 multi geography and multi vertical customers is an incredibly complex responsibility that requires a fine balance of strategy, collaboration, and precision. From your experience, what best practices have you found most effective in ensuring consistent excellence across such a diverse and broad scope? And how do you keep teams aligned and motivated in such a dynamic environment?
Yeah, so that's a great question and the most relevant one as well when we are leading delivery as well. So to manage a diversified portfolio, which is spread across multi-geography, multi-domain, the essential thing required is to have a diversified, self-driven, and self-motivated team, right? Now, since we have a multi-domain customers, so it is also very much important to keep myself up to date with each customer business and their priorities. Okay. Now, to have a globally distributed team aligned and motivated, okay, some of the best practices, if I put it that way, which I followed and which has worked for me, uh, I would like to mention out here, right? So the first and foremost is to have a clear and consistent communication with the team. Okay. Now, since in this case the members were spread across the globe, right? So the team were sitting in UK, European countries, uh, the Latam, Mexico, US, Canada, and of course multiple locations in the India, right, at the offshore delivery centers, right? So just to have a you know clear cut communication, and everybody is aware what they're supposed to do. So I prioritized a clear and consistent communication strategy that had allowed me to share information, feedback, expectation, and in fact doing recognition of the people as well. Okay. The things which has helped me a lot in using a variety of communication tools. Okay. Because one thing also essential was to kind of give proper importance to each of area's culture as well, right? So I have to be sensitive to the people culture in the countries which they are operating from, be cognizant of the time zones in which they are working, right? so that having understanding of each geography, law of what we call it, the law of the land, right? Uh, People culture over there, right? Their working styles, you know, how we manage the time zone differences, what type of collaboration tool will be applicable for those people. That that had helped me to manage such a large team there right now. Now, also to keep the team motivated, right? I had set the well-defined goals, which has fostered a sense of community through different type of interaction, whether in person or virtual. I did, right. Now, having a well-defined goal help the team members understand what they need to do, how they will be evaluated, and why their work which they are doing matters, right? And this has also helped me to monitor the progress, what they are doing, and provide the real-time feedback along the way, right? So now I had multiple reports coming out, but then I built my own some dashboards, right, to keep my leaders updated as well.
Yes.
What the progress which is the team is doing, and the challenges which they are facing as well. So because I also have to seek consistent guidance from my leaders, okay, wherever I am stuck, okay. So it was kind of two-way communication. We imbibe on giving real-time feedback and building a sense of one team uh, with all the such a diversified people across. Now here another thing becomes very important is the type of leadership style, right? What you do, being authoritarian type of leadership style will not work, or probably it has not worked in most of the cases.
Yeah.
So I try to lead by example, by demonstrating commitment to the team's goals. For example, if I have to cite, there was a manufacturing customer in Europe, okay, which were doing partnership with us for the first time. It was a multi-year, multi-geography, multi-million deal. Uh, but the challenge was that the customer business was operating from 36 countries across the globe, and we have to deliver our services from more than 10 countries.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way this contract needs to be set up, so it has to address for the working, laws and the way of working for all those 36 countries from where their business was operating, and so from where we are going to deliver those services. And in the customer organization, and in fact some of the teams which we are working internally, they were not used to having this type of any contract setup. Okay. It was something, at that scale I was also doing for the first time, but now since I was owning that piece, rather than just asking somebody to just, hey, you just go and do it, and I know they were struggling, I have to take matters in my hand. So I met the legal councils of all those countries from where we were delivering in person, and some of them virtually, and then understand what nuances are there in setting up those contracts, and eventually was able to kind of combine all the pieces together to create that contract which is acceptable and understood by the customer as well. And it was kind of something we were able to also deliver. So in summary, if I have to kind of bring all this story together, there are three priorities which I had set for myself, over a period of my journey to working with such a diverse team. Number one is to put customer as the center, staying close to the clients and always seeking to remain relevant to them so that they remain loyal to them. Second thing is also being committed to build a progressive team, uh, which has an inclusive culture and empowerment, and staying close to the values. Okay, the values which should include that how you lead the change, how you bring the integrity, the respect of individual, and we should always look forward to upskill. There has to We have to build a culture of learning and sharing. and also, continue to perpetually adapt ourselves in an ever-changing dynamic business environment. So that has worked for me so far in managing such a diverse team, and I'm sure going forward, I should be able to add more to this.
Yes, sir. And communication becomes the key and is always the key to make sure everyone's on the same page, I guess. So, with a career marked by transformative leadership and remarkable accomplishments, I'm curious what future aspirations do you hold as you look ahead? Like, are there any specific goals or areas of impact you're particularly passionate about, including aspirations to contribute your expertise at the boardroom level and influence strategic decision making on a larger scale?
Yeah, well, there are many areas where I see opportunities for further growth and impact to the customers and impact to the society. And I'm very much passionate about some of those areas, right? So I look forward to have a high social impact by working with new technologies, and in fact, pioneering some of those new technologies as well. For example, like AI, this is going to dominate 2025, and it is going to be there in the coming years as well. And the potential it has to impact human beings is huge.
Yeah.
We have seen the impact in healthcare, transportation, financial system, education, in fact, all areas of the life, right? So all of these technologies are going to, solve complex problems, right? And that will eventually going to make our daily lives much easier and convenient. Okay, so the technology, I'm passionate about technology. So some of the technologies which I look forward to working with is on the one is AI on the edge, other is synthetic data processing and quantum computing, and more important on the cloud side as well. So software and hardware, how it is put up as a service. So when we started this whole cloud part, traditionally it was infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, then software as a service, right? But nowadays everything is getting redefined.
Yeah.
What we call it SaaS earlier, which is software as a service, it has now becoming gradually as a service as a software. Okay, so the type of new creative and disruptive changes which is coming, okay, because of the increase in the computing power, that is huge. So what used to take earlier years and months to kind of come up with something new, with the increase in the computing horsepower, now it is taking weeks or days, right? So that's why I aspire to drive innovation in a strategic level with all the organization I work with. At the same time, on the team side, I also look forward to nurture and mentor the diversified teams, because wherever in the industry in which we are, it has to be a collaboration across multiple areas, right? So I would like to pass on the experience which I have got working across the globe and working with diversified culture and a diversified team, so that the team are able to kind of handle such a global delivery across the globe, and a global team management can be done. Okay. Now, the second part where I aspire is to that I also look forward to use my experience and expertise in a boardroom as an independent director, and to guide organization also towards achieving sustainable growth and visibility. Okay. So there are many areas which I have worked with my customers, which is applicable for any organization. Organization board is like on defining yearly business plan, right? uh, Working on market penetration strategy, how to be in the leading quadrant of the services which we are delivering to the customers, right? How to manage your bottom line, how to manage margins, right? So those are the problems which are applicable to every industry, and having the experience in these areas and many other areas as well, I look forward to contribute to organization as a board member as well.
So, from your perspective, why do you believe strong corporate governance is essential for organizations to achieve sustainable growth and success?
Yeah, so corporate governance, in my view, it plays a very critical role in achieving organization success by providing a framework for ethical decision making. It ensures accountability. Uh, it promotes transparency, and also it builds trust among the stakeholders. Okay, a by managing the risks proactively, and also having a clear cut accountability ultimately contributes to a long term sustainability and improved company performance, right? So having a good governance acts as a foundation for any company to operate effectively and achieve its goal. So now, in my case, the current organization where I'm working with, so we thrive on working under a good corporate governance. In fact, TCS and Tata, they are known for, you know, setting very high standards for corporate governance, right? So here, I was fortunate enough to being exposed to the working under a good corporate governance, which includes a diversified and independent board of directors, a robust audit committee with independent members, a strong emphasis on ethical conduct to define Tata Code of Conduct, uh, you know, a transparent financial reporting every quarter and every year. Uh, we do have a whistleblower protection system as well, and a dedicated risk management framework as well to identify and mitigate potential risks. So, being exposed to such an ecosystem in a leadership role, so I have tried to bring those good governance practices so to all my customers where I'm engaged with, right? So we have kept aside our personal business interests and did what is best for our customers. Okay, whether it takes even going against what customers wants, if they're not the right way to do things with that customer, we have been vocal and we have been transparent with those customers to mention that this is what something is right for you.
Yeah.
Okay, it is going to impact the way we do business, it is going to impact our business top line, bottom line as well, but then in the interest of the customers, we have been very transparent, and I personally has ensured that the transparent information is being shared with all our customers and their leadership level, including their CXOs in that organization. They are made aware of this so that they take an informed decision whether they agree with our point of view or agree with or disagree with. But again, at least from our side, we are bringing all that good governance practices in whatever we deliver to our customers. So if I have to summarize, you know, so in my view, corporate governance is not just a legal requirement, but it's a vital component in a successful organization, as it provides a framework for ethical decision making,
Yeah.
uh, and a risk managed stakeholder engagement, which ultimately contributes to a long term organization growth and its sustainability.
Yeah, I think it was about time that everyone starts keeping this at priority because it is important. So, could you share how platforms like Directors Institute have influenced your leadership approach or provided opportunities for fostering innovation and governance excellence?
Yeah, so I've been fortunate enough to be associated with platforms like Director Institute, and that has significantly influenced my leadership approach. You know, by providing a very structural environment to learn best practices in corporate governance, right? Uh, the network it provides, or it enables to have a fostering network for exchanging ideas with the different leaders. It also enabled leaders like us to stay updated on the emerging trends, and also allowed us to cultivate a more innovative and ethically sound leadership style, because you have to be empathic, you have to be aware of what is going on across the industry, what is trends. So it helped, gaining insights in the diverse perspective of our decision making, uh, our risk management, uh, and our stakeholder management as well, right? So which is very critical for driving a positive change and fostering excellence in the governance practices, right? So like networking with the other people who are part of the boards, and yeah, they are have experience working with multiple boards at this institute, right? So a leader like us, able to get insights into effective strategies which has worked for their industries, and I can take the best practices or the learnings which I can implement, going forward with the organization I deal with. Uh, like attending multiple seminars as well at the Directors Institute, right? So, for example, attending seminars on the ESG, uh, which is like environment, social, and governance practices. It inspires leaders like us to incorporate sustainability consideration into the strategic planning, uh, and leading to innovative initiatives to reduce the environmental impact, which we all kind of driving for. So, in my view, it's a great platform for the structured leadership development program, and as it provides a framework for self reflection and improvement. And it also helps the leaders identify their strength and areas of development to improve their leadership style. So, I have seen a lot of benefits coming out of that, and I certainly look forward to attending some more sessions on this platform.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your incredible journey and invaluable insights with us today. It's been an absolute privilege to learn from your experiences and vision for the future of IT innovation and leadership. Your contributions to the industry and your perspective on governance and excellence are truly inspiring. So, thank you so much for joining us because I'm sure that our listeners have thoroughly enjoyed this session and gained a lot from it as well. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. And I thank you, Directors Institute, for giving me this opportunity to express my views. And I look forward for some more engaging sessions going forward. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. We hope this conversation has sparked ideas and provided valuable takeaways for your own leadership journey. Stay connected with us for more inspiring stories from industry leaders who are shaping the future. Until next time, this is Taneol signing off. Keep leading with purpose and innovation.